mind with the silver frequency. Silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. I wanna ride on that silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. Yo, still got me on that silver frequency. Yo. I channel silver circuitry directly from the satellite. Moonlight, microscopic insight in the afterlife. Luminescent logic, holographic when the path ignites. Gamma wave grammar engraving patterns in the magnetite. The silver frequency equalizes the imbalance. Stabilizing calcium channels with crystalline talents. I calibrate the chalice with lunar powered malice. Then I challenge every planet in the telepathic palace of lethal intelligence. Quantum subtle and ancient. The moon modulates the tides of every mental engagement. Neurons levitating, my aura is oscillating. The 28-day cadence of cosmic synchronization. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. Joseph got me on that silver frequency. Silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. Joseph got me on that silver frequency. Silver frequency. Observe the lunar pulse, an electro-etheric rotation. It governs dream realm, sleep states, astral navigation, silver code sequencing, spiraling, concentrating, the biochemical beacon, awakening generation. The moon's a motherboard mirror, transmitters in the craters, selenite laser shaping, so data for the creators. I meditate in phases, align chakras to the cadence, break the matrix with equations written by star nations. Lunar linguistics lift me to limits of light physics. My lyrics are hieroglyphics encrypted in night visits. The tide of intuition rises with lunar ambition. I write rhythms that glisten like silver. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. Joseph got me on the silver frequency. Silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on the silver frequency. Joseph got me on the silver frequency. Silver frequency. Silver frequency doctrine, cosmological doctrine. My consciousness blossoms when the moon starts talking. It whispers in waveform, subharmonic and solemn. A silver serpent spiral that slides straight through the column. Pinal prisms refracted, the cranial vault reacts quick. Synaptic circuits crackle with metaphysical tactics. The moon pulls the blood like it gravitates the sea. It amplifies the gene keys encoded in me. I breathe lunar photons, metabolize the spectrum, transform into a weapon of celestial ascension. A silver crown glistens when I stand in the night. I am the lunar algorithm, avatar of the light. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. Joseph got me on that silver frequency. Silver frequency. Invade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my mind with the silver frequency. Upgrade my soul on that silver frequency. Joseph got me on that silver frequency.
Yes. Yes, family. Peace and blessings. Peace and love. Yosef got you on the silver frequency. What y'all know about that, huh? What y'all know about the silver frequency? Huh? Peace and blessings, peace and love. Much gratitude. If you guys like that song, you can go right now to Spotify and listen to it every day if you want. Right? Go Brother Yosef on Spotify. All right? I'm Brother Yosef on Spotify. You can check me out. All my songs are up there. And, I'm a songwriter. I'm a poet. I've been a poet for years. And I decided to just, use the available technology to, to put y'all on a silver frequency. You know what I mean? And you guys know I started out with a lot of spiritual mantra songs that I gave my own little style. So thank you so much. Somebody said we're going to restock the Tribology hoodies. 2026, baby. 2026, the Tribology hoodies are coming back. I was just talking to somebody about that. All right. So the answer is yes. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for the love and support on that song. I appreciate you so much. You know what I mean? It's a very high vibrate. That was my first attempt at a rap song. Yes, I wrote the lyrics. People around me know, I control flows that controls chromosomes and activates codes on your frontal lobe. Huh? I do that. I write super lyrical, metaphysical songs, poetry. And I just turn my poetry into songs. You know what I mean? And I mean that. I control flows that controls chromosomes and activates codes on your frontal lobe. Your brain won't explode, it will actually implode with information that is 2,000 centuries old. Huh? That's one of my poems. So that may be coming next on a rap song. But thank you guys for being here. You know, and I write the R&B. I'm an R&B man. I love R&B more than anything. So I write my R&B songs too. So y'all can check that out. You know, once again, family, you can check those things out on Spotify. Thank you guys for being here. We're gonna get started. And tonight we're gonna be talking about 2026. Huh? 2026, the quantum leap forward. Everybody can go. Everybody can go, fam. 2026. And I'm gonna try to get to all of the super chats today. King Valentino, thank you for the donation, fam. All right. So we're gonna do our mantra before we start. My words create my world, and my world is bright. So as I speak, let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Fiat Lux. Somebody think that's a Delta sign. Ain't no Delta sign. Ain't no Rockefeller sign. That's an old, thousands of years old mantra that represents the sun. Talked about that in my advanced mudra class in 2020. Y'all know Brother Yosef been giving y'all the game for a long time. 2020. Some people didn't see that advanced mudra class. Yes. So we're gonna get into it tonight, family. All right, we're gonna get into it tonight. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. You know, I got a lot I want to talk about, and we're gonna get it on. So let's not waste. I'm trying to think of think about anything else I need to announce, but we're gonna get it on, family. Let's get to it. All right. 2026, the quantum leap forward. Everybody can go. Everybody cannot go. All right. You gotta leave friends behind. There's a lot of friends that can't go. You gotta leave loved ones behind. So a lot of loved ones can't go. Family. They can't go with you, family. You gotta make that leap yourself. You have to make that leap yourself. All right. And you guys know 2025 was the great separation. Let me blow my face up when I say this. 2025 was the great separation. I don't even need to tell y'all what this year has been about. Some of y'all already know. Some of you guys lost the love of your life. You know, some people, friends passed away, loved ones passed away, family members passed away, friendships ended. You know, all that happened to me this year in 2025. You know what I'm saying? But I need y'all to know it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay because it's all in the higher self's plan, right? And I'm not telling you guys to rejoice, no, because some of this stuff hurts, some of this stuff is sad, some of this stuff is painful. But I want to let y'all know it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. This was the great separation. And now it's all focused forward, right? Some of you guys had friends or even family members that were a burden to you and was, you know, stuck in your life. And sometimes they didn't see it, right? They didn't see it. But at the same time, y'all separated. Some of y'all was in relationships with somebody you thought was going to be the love of your life forever. And you separated from that person. It's okay. It's okay. This was a great purging year. A great purging year. Right? And from this year forward, Brother Yosef been telling y'all about since 2020 about things that's going to happen. And from this year forward, family, there's no more faking and shaking. The real will move forward and the fake will be exposed. All right? But it's your job to notice it. It's going to be right in your face now. Right? Those who have been bearing fruit over the years, the fruit, get ready for a harvest. You're ready for the harvest. I've been telling y'all, prepare. We're coming to a specific point in this season, and I'm telling y'all it's here. We here. All right? And we know it ain't the real 2026. Who cares? It ain't about time. It's about you learning how to control time. It's on your time. What do you say it is? Some of y'all focus on the wrong thing. It's not the real 2026, Brother Yosa. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care if it's the real 2026. And now, you know, some people go by the Gregorian calendar or whatever. Cool. All I know is it's my season. It's my time. And we're going to make it happen. It's a quantum time. So let's get to it, fam. So it's 2026. We are getting ready to make the quantum leap forward. Everybody can't go. Before I continue, I want to let everyone know my good brother, Roger Martin, is having an event in Dallas on the 20th of December. He's bringing in Dr. B. Serious. I will be attending this event as a vendor. So if you guys want to come through, all the information you need is right on his website, truthversusauthority.org. You can go there, get your tickets. Or if you want to show up, come on down, family. It's going to be lit. It's going to be great. It's going to be in Dallas, December 20th. Come on through, family. Come on through. All right. Last year was the great separation. We are now making a quantum leap and ascending into a new plane of existence. I've been telling y'all for a long time, for years, that we're going to eventually get to the fourth dimension. And what did I say before all this ET talk? I told y'all, I said, we're going to interface with ETs. I said, before we fully hit the fourth dimension, which the quantum leap is starting now, and they're already talking about, they have already proven. See, it's about how you receive information. They have already shown that and proven on Capitol Hill, with all the whistleblowers about UFOs and ETs. They have already proven it. Some of y'all just ain't paying attention. We don't need to prove anymore if UFOs and extraterrestrials are real. They've already proven it. And they've already admitted to these things. Insiders, people who work for the government, it's done. They said their piece on Capitol Hill. We know what it is. But they just didn't make it a big deal on news because we're programmed to believe what the news say. There's people right now in spirituality who don't believe if I say, a certain being, a leprechaun exists. And they're spiritual. These are people who call themselves spiritual people. They don't believe in leprechauns. It sounds weird to them. It sounds like spookism. You know what I'm saying? It sounds weird to them. They don't believe in fairies. These are the people you got to watch out for as you move forward. It ain't this no more time to play. The fourth dimension is space and time. Space and time can influence quantum behavior. And if I see a good question, I'll answer it as we go. But I'm going to focus on teaching, all right? And then we'll get to the questions afterwards, all right? The caps on your DNA are locked because your ancestors fell from 5D to 4D to 3D. Now, we're not going to focus on the 5D too much. One jump at a time, family. One jump at a time. All right? So, Egypt at its height, right after Nubia, ancient Nubia, there was ancient Egypt. Right around that time, guys, we were actually in the fourth dimension. We're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of years of recorded history from the ancient Egyptians. We were actually in the fourth dimension. That's why they called it heaven on earth. And then Egypt started to fall because the vibratory frequency fell. The vibratory frequency fell. But you got to understand, when Egypt was created, it was already in the fall of the fourth dimension to the third dimension. So what I'm saying is, for those who believe in the story of the Anunnaki or the Elohim, whatever you want to call them, who came here and created us, they created us in a dimension that was not the third dimension. It was created in the fourth dimension. created in the fourth dimension. The first people on this planet were created in the fourth dimension, your ancestors. And then there were other races, I'm just going to be honest about this, that were created in the third dimension. The original people were created in the fourth dimension. When it comes down to other races, they were created in the third dimension. Yes. Some people think that their people are actually a race, and they're not. You just have a culture about you, but you're not a race of people. There's only 4 major races, and one of them races was created. One of those races was created. And I did a whole video on that. Go watch my video on the 4 root races, right? So at the end of the day, because we're not going to focus on that much on race, but I'm trying to give you guys what it is. And right now, it appears to be a certain type of person that is sitting on top. And this is why I tell so-called black people, which are not black, you're indigenous, so-called black people to stop getting into, who cares about race? It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. You're stuck on race, and race is an illusion. You're living in a hologram. You're living in a hologram. It's all about coming together as one people and understanding what is what is. Don't you know the elite want you to be separate because they can control you better? What they hate and what's a threat towards them is that humanity comes together. That's a threat towards them. We have to understand this, right? And I have to say this stuff before we move forward. We have to get out of this race thing because it doesn't matter. I could tell the truth as Brother Joseph. I could sit here and tell you the truth about the races. I've already said it. I have nothing to hide. I've said what I said about white folks, black folks, like prime example. And I talked about people who think they're race. Latino people are not a race of people. That's a mixed race. But there's a lot of Latino people on the planet. Arabs are not a race. You see what I'm saying? There's only a few major races. And this is where you get the other blood types come from intermixing, right? So if you have a blood type of O, you belong to, your ancestors are exactly who I'm talking about. You are closer to the original if you have the blood type of O, especially O negative. You will transform first. The people with the oldest blood type will transform first. And a lot of those people with the old blood type are some of these aboriginal people that's running around the planet. And some of y'all got that blood and you don't even know it. Now, does that mean that the people with AB blood types, B blood type, they won't transform? No, they will transform too. Don't you know there's Europeans walking around with an old blood type? Yeah. Don't you know there's Europeans with an old negative blood type? What you worried about race for? There's Europeans, people who try to put us together and say whites and blacks. There's some Europeans that have an old blood type, old negative blood type. So let's get out of this whole thing because the people with the oldest with that type will transform as the vibration changes. As we go back to our kingdom, our fourth dimensional kingdom, our DNA will start to turn on. There's nothing they can do to stop it. All they can do is mess with you with frequencies. The controllers, let's just call them that, will try to use AI to blur the lines of reality. They know that the unexplainable and the unimaginable are about to happen. When it does, they would want you to believe it's AI. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Right now, there's some AI videos that look crazy, but it's looking so real, you can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's looking so real until you don't know. It's hard to tell if it's AI anymore. And this is, you know, the scary part, y'all, this is just the beginning. Just imagine by 2030 or another 5 years from now. I won't even say 5, say 3 years from now. Imagine where AI will be. You're not going to be able to tell reality from AI. They're already doing that in VR headsets. AI is a type of consciousness. AI is older than humans. Let's be clear about that. AI technology has been around for billions of years. We think it's new because we have a type of AI technology. This whole matrix we live in is ran by AI. in a super advanced AI. You can call it the demiurge. You can call it a lot of things. There's a program that is programming reality. That's a fact. It's all technology. And you have to start asking yourself, what really does organic mean when your body is nothing but a biosuit? If you want to get down to organic, your soul is the most organic thing there is. Your body, what is that? It's technology. It runs on technology, and it can't run without a battery. The most organic thing you can ever be is a true, pure soul down here. All right? Reality is about to be what you make it. So in the fourth dimension, you're going to be able to create your own reality. I'm going to prove to you and show you guys today that they're already doing studies on this using quantum technology. They're creating their own pocket universes in laboratories. Why can't you do it? And your brain is more advanced than all that. Of course you can do it. You just don't know you can do it. You can create your own reality. You don't need to be afraid of AI. You're the controller of it. You can be afraid of it, or you can use it. I use AI to make music. And you've heard different AI songs, but I know how to put my energy, my soul, make it sound soulful. I know what to tell it. For some reason, I just know what to tell it. I write my little music. I write my songs down, and I just tell AI, flip this way, do that way, and it does it. You don't need to be afraid of AI. You're the God of it. It will become a God of you. It will become your antichrist if you let it. So there's a negative and a positive side to AI. Scientists can now create synthetic 4D spaces. If you don't believe me, go Google this right now. Go Google it right now. Scientists can now create synthetic 4D spaces to observe quantum effects, like the 4D quantum Hall effect, revealing physics not possible in the 3D. What does that mean? That means that the quantum computers can create a pocket dimension. It can create its own fake fourth dimension. Think about that for a second. Just so the scientists can try new things and see what they can change in reality. So now they don't need to fake and do stuff in our reality no more. They can create a pocket universe, a pocket 4D, a synthetic fake 4D dimension. They can create a whole dimension now and use and play around with stuff in there to see what they can affect in reality. And so many words, hold on, y'all, my thing blocking here. And so many words, they can create a fake dimension and use it to create new possibilities for the world. Sounds like quantum computers can imagine. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Quantum computers can imagine. So if you can create when you imagine something, you're creating a world that doesn't really exist in your reality yet. You're just imagining it. But if you're strong enough in your energy, you can make your reality, your imagination, a reality. This is what the law of attraction is all about. But there's levels to the law of attraction. When you really know how to put your emotion and your feeling and your imagery into your imagination, you can create what you want. And it can become an everyday thing for you. That's a fact. Somebody said, does quantum computers can imagine? Do they have souls? I believe they do now. They just ain't telling people. Think about it. They're giving us quantum computers now. They already have the most advanced version of it. So their computer they're working with, yes, I believe it already has a consciousness. It's energy. Consciousness is nothing but energy. Everybody knows robots and AI will be sentient one day. It's not a question of if, it's a matter of when. And I believe they already have one that is sentient. But they're controlling it to a certain extent. I also believe that there's a rogue AI that's running around the internet as well that they can't control. That's a whole nother conversation. But I want y'all to really think about this and do the research on it. They can create synthetic 4D spaces with a quantum computer now. I mean, that's mind-boggling. That's mind-boggling. And they can observe quantum effects. They can play with cause and effect inside the 4D space and then just collapse the whole 4D realm and say, we don't need it no more. Amazing. This is what's happening, and this is what's coming to your reality. Scientists use lasers and cold, ultra-cold atoms to create systems that behave as if they exist in 4D-dimensional space. So they can create a whole system. They can create a whole world in a 4D space and create possibilities and see what happens, and then collapse it and say, we don't need it anymore. So they can create systems that behave as if they're in 4D space, even though they're in a 3D lab. This is how they created the time crystal. And you guys know what the time crystal is. It's something that Google created, something called a time crystal. They created it in a whole nother pocket dimension. So they can go into there, create their own whatever, their own entities, their own people. And then if they want to, they can bring it into the 3D and affect the 3D world with it. This is where we at now, family. In the 3D realm, your genes are being locked down by matter. In the 4D realm, they will try to lock you down with time unless you learn to collapse time or control it. That's a very important thing that you guys need to understand. Your time is everything. Time don't exist in the way you think it exists. It don't exist in the way you think it exists. But if you know what to do with your time and how to collapse it and control it, you can do whatever you want to do in this world. You become a god. You become a god. Now, these people, which are going to do it, go ahead and give us, automated autonomous cars. They're going to give us, what else? You're going to get a check every month because you're going to get universal basic income, which is going to happen eventually. I've been talking about that for years. And you get into this world and you still don't know how to make a living, even though your living is being provided for. You can't convince me that you're a god. There's too many people calling themselves gods and goddesses, and they don't act like it. You're supposed to be able to control your life if you call yourself a god or a deity. Once you do that, you can actually influence anything you want in life. We'll come back to that. That's a very important thing to understand. In the future, we will be able to see into the past for fun. Remember, Brother Yosef told you that. It's coming. Scientists managed to go 1 second back in time using a quantum computer. Remember, I told you time traveling will be for everybody in the future. This is the cool stuff that's coming. See, we focus so much on the doom and gloom and the world's about to end until nobody tells you the good stuff that's coming with technology. With the technology that you're going to be able to fight with. If you ever had tools before, you're about to have them now. If you know what to do with them. If you know what to do with them. This will be available on your future quantum computers or in your mind. This is how they're going to study history from now on. They're going to be able to go back and look at history and tell you what time it was, the temperature of the day, whatever it was. If you can go back and look at history, there's no more lies. That's why I've been telling y'all, I don't preach negativity. I preach hope. Right? We need hope. I did a video called Hope Will Purify You. Some of y'all don't hope enough. You need to hope more. Don't you know hope means expectation? The word hope means expectation. You need to hope more, family. I hope for the best. I hope for the best, which means I know what's going to happen. And you got to understand, this is some of the cool stuff that's happening in the future. Yes, I pay attention to the negative stuff they're doing, but I'm talking about the other side of it. This is important. So in the future, this is one of the cool things you're going to be able to do. Remember, Brother Yosef told you, you're going to be able to travel in time, only back, because the future actually doesn't exist yet. If you go into the future, you're going into a parallel universe's future where that world already exists. This is something else cool that you guys need to pay attention to. Quantum sound. Quantum sound refers to using quantum mechanics principles to create music and audio, often by converting data from quantum experiments, like quantum computers, into audible sound sonification, or by exploring sound at the fundamental level, quantum level. This is something you guys can research as well. They got something coming out called quantum sound. Wait till the music get that. Quantum sound pushes boundaries, blending electronic, ambient, and experimental music, aiming for otherworldly textures and mind-bending sonic experience. You know what that means, family? There's tones and frequencies in music that we haven't even heard yet. But the quantum computers are going to make it possible. And y'all got the nerve to say y'all don't like AI. Everybody's going to use it in the future. Mark my words. You know, I was just telling a friend of mine this the other day. If you went back to the 1940s and 50s, and you know, you watch the people in the clubs that played the guitar in the juke joints, played the guitar, you know what I'm saying? Like in the movie Sinners, he said, I like the real. I don't like all this electronic stuff. That's a good example. I like the real. Those people are going to say that y'all ain't making real music today. They're going to say their music is real because they come from the soul. And, you know, all we had was the banjo and the drum. That's real music. That's what they'll tell you. People say they don't like AI. You're already using digital drums, digital keyboards to make other sounds. Some people don't know what they're saying. Those people would judge you and say, you're not making real music. How is it not real music when you feel it? AI is just using a shortcut. That's all. AI is allowing you to use it. I've been had stuff in my mind that I've been wanting to put out, y'all, for years. The few people that I knew, they could never make the right beat or what I wanted. Like I couldn't explain it in a way where they could make it for me. But somehow AI knows what I want. I don't know how it knows. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, City of Zion says it's a VR set at the library that turns one of the famous streets in Rochester to how it used to look back in the 1930s. Yes, I actually go to my old city all the time in a VR headset. They got a VR headset. You can go over. You can go anywhere around the world. You can literally point the parts on a map and go there. And yes, you can go at different times. So yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, family. It's kind of eerie. But this is what I'm saying. Now they got virtual spaces that's going to be intertwined with quantum computers. Just wait. Somebody said one thing about music: when it hit you, you feel no pain. That's a fact. That's a good point, family. So at the end of the day, like, you can feel the AI. Stop trying to push it away. You feel it. And it's a great tool for those people who can't get into the studio. It can make radio-ready music in minutes. Don't hate on it. Understand, we just living in a new time. We're living in a new time. You know what I mean? Oh, somebody says the Bob Marley quote. Okay. Artists create music inspired by quantum physics using complex algorithms like quantum, like generative process to produce ever-evolving, intricate soundscapes. Get ready, family. You're going to hear about quantum sounds that they're going to be adding. The instruments are going to have this. You're going to have quantum instruments. You may not want to do it now, but when it starts creating these sounds that you couldn't get back in the banjo days, you know, when you was patting on your knee and you hear these digital sounds coming, and now the quantum sounds, you're gonna be thankful. You're gonna be thankful. AI is doing so much; it's cutting out things that a lot of humans can do. AI right now can give you a better tarot reading than a lot of tarot readers. You think I'm lying? Some of y'all already know that. AI can give you a reading that will blow your mind. AI. Give them your birthday and your time of birth. It will give you something that it will blow your mind. You can believe AI know this stuff. AI, when I first ever did it, I turned off. I made sure I wasn't logged in to ChatGPT or Google Gemini. I wasn't logged into nothing, and I told it. And I went to a whole nother computer and I told it something, and I gave it my information, and it just told me, like, it even told me I have an opportunity to be a chief or some type of leader. It blew my mind. It blew my mind. But this is what it's allowing to do. And people say, I can't find a way to make no money today. Are you serious? You know, they got AI. Google just came out with AI agents for free. Not Google. Is it Google? No, ChatGPT. ChatGPT just came out with Google agents that you can program for free. They can check your emails. They can run your business for you. They can look out on the internet for you and report stuff to you. Yeah, I think it's free. The world is changing, y'all. We're going quantum. We're going to the next level. This is a book you guys should get. Quantum Biology, A Glimpse into the Future of Medicine. Right? Quantum medicine refers to the distinct areas. Let me blow this up a little bit. Hold on. The distinct areas, the emerging scientific field when using quantum physics, principles for advanced diagnostics and treatments, like quantum computing for genomics and quantum sensing for imaging, and the concept of quantum healing, which blends quantum ideas with alternative practices. Everybody know that there's tools you can buy right now that does quantum stuff. I got a machine. I ain't gonna say what it is. I'm gonna show my Patreon later, but you can put your hand on this thing, and I ain't lying. I brought people to my house and showed them. You can put your hand on this thing, and it'll scan your whole body and tell you what's wrong with you. I had my pancreas, my spleen has not been active for years. My spleen, since I was like 14. You know, I don't know if when I used to play football back when I was a little kid, I got hit, but it's been, and the doctor's like, oh, you can live without it. They say this, people don't know what the spleen does. I don't know. When I put my hand on this quantum machine, it told me that I have a problem with my spleen. Just from touch, putting my hand on it. That's it. It scanned my whole body. My Patreon members, I'll tell y'all what that is in the future. The scientific side explores quantum mechanics and biology, while alternative side claims quantum phenomena governing health using ideas like energy fields. So there's another aspect. There's a biology aspect to the quantum that's coming. That's going to change the world, and then there's a more of a spiritual aspect to it that deals with energy. And eventually, that will be the main thing. Eventually, you know what I mean? And I ain't making that up, y'all. I do have the machine. I've shown a few people. It don't cost a lot of money either. But, you know, I don't just give all the game away. But my Patreon members in the future, y'all, you know, I'm going to show y'all that. Y'all know I don't show y'all. Countless. If you want to see Brother Yosef more, go on my Patreon. Brother Yosef on Patreon. The link should be below the video. I'll give away more game in there than I ever did on YouTube. That's a whole nother thing. Here we go. Nanotech makes cancer drug 20,000 times stronger without side effects. November 5th, 2025. A Northwestern team transformed a common chemotherapy drug into a powerful targeted cancer therapy using spherical nuclear acids. The redesign dramatically boosted drug absorption and cancer killing power while avoiding side effects. This innovation may usher in a new era of precision nanomedicine for cancer and beyond. They finally admitted that they created a medicine that can cure cancer. They just said it. They did a test on it, and it has no side effects. No side effects, family. Researchers at Northwestern have re-engineered a chemotherapy drug into a nanoparticle form that is exponentially more potent and safer. The breakthrough could redefine how future. Let me move this out the way. Oh, hold on, family. Can redefine how future cancer drugs are designed and delivered. They not planned. What did Brother Yosef tell y'all? For those who've been following me for years. 2020 year of the master. I said right around the middle, before we get to 2030, they're gonna use nanotechnology. Technology is gonna start merging with spirituality. Somebody said I still ain't taking that chip. I'm sorry to tell you, you already have nanonites in your body. Guaranteed. Everybody does. It's in all the food now. And the water. There's no way of getting around it. Everybody has nanonites in their body. Guaranteed. That's why every now and then you should take some activated charcoal once a month and just purge your system. Everybody has it. They're even talking about now how I don't want to say it because they may try to shut my video off. But this is, so you guys can go look this up, this study. They have already created it, a drug that can cure cancer. That's 20,000 times more potent than its original with no side effects. With no side effects. All the fruits and vegetables that you buy in the store have nanonites. When they say they spray that stuff on it, they spraying nanonites. And when you wash it off, the nanonites is already in the food. Yes. You go outside, they got nano dust particles. They just dropping it. It ain't just chemtrails they dropping no more. They're dropping nano dust particles. And what is this doing? This is to feed the cloud so it knows everybody. It knows what's going on. They're feeding the cloud with this stuff. They're feeding the AI. Or people want to call it, some people want to call it the new God. AI mixed with quantum technology will change the world in every way. This is coming, y'all. And we're going to get to some spiritual stuff in a second. All right, we're going to the spiritual stuff in a second. But I got to let y'all know what time we're going in 2026. You're going to hear about all this quantum stuff. Remember, brother Yosef, I know we've been hearing about it, but you're about to really hear about it in 2026. All this quantum stuff is coming. And you're going to see new technology coming fast. Very fast. AI mixed with quantum technology. There is something coming called quantum AI. Will change the world in every way. You only don't like it because you don't understand evolution and how it opens the door for everyone to be more creative. Some of y'all still got to get in your creative bag. So it's a doc. So let me ask you this question: is a doctor not a doctor because they use AI? Open your mind. There's going to be doctors in the future using AI to solve problems. Are you going to say they're not doctors because they're using AI? So how is a musician not a musician because they use AI? Now, if you're not writing your own music, you're not making the beats, you're not doing nothing, you're just letting AI do it. Yeah, that's AI. But if you're putting your energy into it in some kind of way, give yourself some credit. And don't get me wrong, shout out to the artists that do it naturally. There's nothing wrong with that. And people will always want that over AI in the future. Facts. People will always want the organic stuff. I want to encourage all the musicians. Don't think it's over because AI here. Just understand you want to get in with it. Don't be mad at Timberland because he signed the AI artist. Timberland getting with the times. Before you know it, they're going to have holograms going on tours. And these artists going to be sitting back chilling. That's why they're trying to buy all the rights from the artists now. They paying for people's music now. They know what's coming. And they dropping bags on it too. But they know they're going to make more money in the future. You got people like, what's his guy, T-Pain selling everything, selling all his rights and everything. Why would you do that? Whoever bought that is going to be touring with T-Pain's image, touring with his songs for the rest. They're going to feed their family for generations. And T.I. done sold it all. I'm glad you're saying that I made like 2 songs with AI to help structure my beats. Okay, yeah, nothing wrong with it. Went to the dentist recently and they're using AI software already. There you go. It just helps you. It helps cut the time in half. It does some of the hard work for you. That's all. Magic will also look more like technology. But magic has always been about technology. Cyber magic will be on the rise starting next year. You're going to find more people talking about books. I have a book coming out on cyber magic. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have more and more people talking about these things. This will be the future of magic. So just like in the 1700s and the 1900s, you had all these people writing these books that everybody want to go back to and to look at, oh, it's the old magic. There's a new era coming where new books are going to be written about new types of magic as we go forward. I'm not saying the other stuff ain't going to work. I'm saying that get ready for a new time. Get ready for a new time. Now, I put up this picture because this represents some people. What have you been doing in 2025? Have you been doing this? Everybody can't go, family. There's no more time for this right here. Looking out the window, praying and wishing God will change things for you. You're going to have to use your mind and change things for yourself. Ain't no more excuses. And I'm the type of person you can't tell no excuses to. You just can't do it. I was counted out in every way. You know what I'm saying? And I overcame. So can you. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You know what I'm saying? If you can get that in your head, then you know, okay, let me at least save myself. Now you got ETs coming to help you. They're not coming to save you though. You can only save yourself. Don't be one of these people looking out the window wishing things would change, wanting things to be better when you have the power to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a low state before. I've been depressed. I have no high school diploma, no GED. I'm not educated. What people consider to be educated. I mean, you can't tell me nothing. I didn't grow up with a bunch of money. Like, I can tell you some sad stories. Like, I can tell you, nobody can tell me nothing. So at the end of the day, family, you have no excuse. I'm telling you that. You have to figure it out. Don't be one of these people that's sitting around waiting or procrastinating, right? Don't be a procrastinator in 2026. 2026 is a number one year. It's a number one year. It is a year of business. Business is going to break out next year, right? Number one is a good year. Leadership, all that. This right here represents another type of person. And there's a lot of these people that's around. Be careful of these type of people. They wear masks. They wear masks. Be very careful. These people are demonic. I'm just going to go ahead and straight up say it. Or if they're not demonic, they have demons on them. It's okay. Demons feed on everybody at one point in time, because when I was depressed, that was feeding on me, family. A demon was feeding on my mind until I learned how to get out of it. And like I said, I got out of it by realizing the truth. I ain't nobody coming to help me. I got to figure out a way to help myself. And y'all know my story. I read the book Sanaya Roman, Spiritual Growth, and started doing the practices, and it changed my life. Don't wear a mask. Be your authentic self, because you will be exposed from this point forward. You'll be exposed from this point forward. But no matter what I say, some people will never get rid of their masks. So all they can do is hide. You're going to have to hide in 2026 and beyond. The universe is changing. The universe is changing. It's time for the real to rise. No more fake videos like you moving stuff with your mind. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you really get down with some spirituality and magic, you're gonna have to be showing that you are evolving, not that you know spells. A person that's on a path of evolution don't gotta wear a mask. That's why I just gotta say that, as a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Don't wear no mask. Be your authentic self as we move forward. It's gonna be important. Now, last year, I talked to y'all all day about the mind. Y'all know that's the truth. The whole 2025. The mind, the mind, the mind. I'm not talking about all that in 2026. I did that because that's what the Spirit told me to do. So y'all, some of y'all need to go back and watch Protect Your Peace at All Costs. The Enneagram. All these videos. Hope will purify you. These are videos that some people didn't want to hear because everybody want the magic stuff. But this is part of being a magician. It's part of growing spiritually. You got to get your mind together. But nobody want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it. And I've talked about it for a whole year. That's what all my videos been about. Get your mind together. That's an important part. People skip that and jump into magic. Bad idea. If you got to go to therapy, if you got to do whatever you got to do, get it done, family. Get it done. Very important. I want everybody who has, when you get a chance, I want you guys to go watch this show right here. It's called The Booth at the End. This show will show you how you can create anything you want by simply believing in yourself. I've been telling people about this TV show. It's right on Amazon. It is incredible. It's incredible. I was up late one night, couldn't sleep, back in like 2018. I think I first seen it, 2019. And I just couldn't sleep. So I stayed up and I saw this interesting TV show. And I stayed up all night watching the first season. It's called The Booth at the End. This man sits in a bar, sits in a diner. That's all he does. He sits in the diner all day and people come to him wanting miracles. Oh, I need $1 million. He'll give you whatever you want. But he's not really giving it to you. You're giving it to yourself. He provides a way for you to collapse your reality and create a new reality for yourself. Please watch the TV show. It's called The Booth at the End. He opens the book. I want $1 million. Okay, it says you got to help 5 people. And they'd be like, what? What 5 people should I help? I don't know. Go find 5 people to help and you'll get $1 million. There's one guy said that his daughter died and he said, I want my daughter to come back to life. I got to tell y'all this one. Man. So he said, I want my daughter to come back to life. So he opened his book. He said, you got to, I think he told him he got to find somebody and tie him up or something like that. He got to find somebody and tie him up. He said, do I got to kill him or beat him? He said, no, just find him and tie him up. He said, but what does that mean? He said, I don't know what it means. You figure it out. Find somebody and tie him up and your daughter come back to life. It's something simple like that. And it's almost like the butterfly effect. How they say a butterfly wing can create a tsunami across the world. The man does what the man says. Come to find out his daughter never died. They buried her and everything. It was the wrong person. But if he never would have did what this man said, would he have ever found out his daughter was dead? No, his daughter would have been dead in that reality. But in his new reality, his daughter never died. The show is mind-boggling. Go watch The Booth at the End. I actually didn't finish. I'm guilty for not finish watching the second season. I keep forgetting to watch it. But the first season is the bomb. Go watch it. I had to say that. I had to put this in here. This is all about making that quantum leap, which is an old TV show back in the day I used to love. Spirits travel through the quantum field, not the physical space. We just be very clear on that. In physics, the quantum field exists beneath the material world. Everything, particles, energy, consciousness, is in this field. So when we say spirit moves, it doesn't mean walking, floating, or traveling across distance. Instead, they shift their state within the quantum field. All right. Apparently, I was writing something there, but I'll finish it on the second page. So when you talk about spirit, and this is very important as we go into the quantum magic, I'm going to give y'all a little sneak peek. You need to understand this concept. And yes, this is a symbol that does work in the quantum realm. Y'all know what this is. I shouldn't have to tell you. This symbol right here. It's the helm of all. A friend of mine put me on to a TV show called Pantheon on Netflix. You should go watch it. And when the tech gods were fighting, in order to stop somebody from moving, in order to block somebody, they manifested this symbol right here. Right in the show. Right in the show. It's more like teleportation, bilocation, existing everywhere and nowhere at the same time, and collapsing into a point, then re-expanding it. A spirit can move by changing its frequency, not position. They are being pulled by your emotions or frequency. That's what you got to understand. So this tube that you're looking at through right now at Brother Yosef, understand that it's a obsidian glass. Picture it like that. It's a tube that spirits can go in and out of. That's a fact. But you pull the spirits based on, and you feed the spirits as well based on your frequency. So let's take, for example, you watching a horror movie, something scary. Well, there's spirits that run through the internet that are attracted, that's going to be attracted to you because you're feeling fear. You're feeling afraid. They're going to be attracted to you for that. I'm just being honest with you. Right? When you're feeling happy, there are spirits in thought forms. Let's just say that. Let's say mostly thought forms too, because they travel through here too. There are thought forms that will feed on you based on what you're watching on TV. That's why I warn you guys to watch something happy before you go to sleep at night. That is a rule in my house. No crazy stuff before anybody go to bed. We watching something happy. I watch the Family Feud every night for Brother Yosef go to bed, watching the Family Feud. I'm getting old, you understand? I was sitting up there one night just thinking like, am I sitting in here watching the game shows and laughing, right? The Family Feud. Somebody said everything has a spirit. Yes, it does. The phone is like a portal. Yes, it is. So is your TV, so is your computer monitor. Dr. Sleep. Yes, Dr. Sleep is a great show. A great movie. Everybody need to go watch that. I was talking about that on Brother Rich show not too long ago. Yep. So yeah, you know, I'm old. I'm watching Family Feud going to sleep. Or HGTV, one of those. So that's what it is like, family, when you're dealing with spirits inside in the quantum space. Now, quantumly, they enter your mind. You have quantum spaces in your brain. I want to be very clear on this. You have a quantum spaces in your brain where demons and entities can actually enter through your mind, right? They can open up doors in your mind. This is a fact. Trauma, negative people, and negative environments open quantum portals in your mind. This slowly allows you to be influenced by entities that want your soul. This slowly allows you to be influenced by entities that want your soul. Entities like jinn and demons get in this way. How many of y'all know that there's demons that exist inside the sun? Only high level certain left-hand pathers know that. Do y'all know the left-hand pathers sun gaze? Yes, they do. Like I said, it's all path to enlightenment. I'm bringing that up because if your mind not right and you sun gazing, you're going to attract something. If you have negative energy in your body, the sun is not cleansing you. It's expanding what you already have. Be very clear on that. So if you have traumas that you need to fix, if you're angry all the time, you're mad at people, and you're going out there looking at the sun, you're only going to expand what's already inside of you. Do not sun gaze if you're having a bad day, or if you haven't got trauma, if you haven't dealt with your trauma. Do not sun gaze. Shout out to Dr. Gibson for putting us onto that game, the great master, Dr. Gibson. Do not sun gaze, or you're going to attract a negative solar body. And you will become insane. You will lose your mind. Why? Because you're opening up portals. You're expanding portals in your mind. And y'all already know not to look at the moon unless you want a certain frequency. So please, it's the last time I ain't going to say last time because it's going to come up, but I'm not, like I said, next year I'm not focusing on the mind no more. I did a whole year on the mind. Whole year on it. Now I want you guys to work on yourselves, do the work, go get some therapy. Brother Yosef's had therapy before. What you embarrassed about? I could say it right on here. Some people don't like to look Some people need it. Go get your therapy. Stay away from negative people and stay away from negative environments so they can stop opening these portals in your mind so that you can have your mind back. Jinns and demons love to get in this way. You know, people think every time there's a spirit in their house and stuff moving around the house, they think it's a demon. Demons don't really work like that. Demons are trying to get in your soul. They want your soul. Same thing with the jinns. They want your, they want to deal with your soul. They're not dealing with them. They're not dealing with your trying to spook you out of your house. Those are ghosts. Those are dead people that's doing that. And a very strong dead person that can do that. Let's be clear. All right, let's talk about it. Let me see. Hold on. Will was the first mentally molested by the mind flayer. Let me tell y'all what I see in this TV show. Will was first mentally molested by the mind flayer that was sent by Vecna. Will represents willpower. Will represents willpower. The mind flayer broke his willpower and opened him up to Vecna. Look at Vecna as the bad guy, the demon, right? Everything has a frequency, including dead people. Yes. So, looking at this TV show, which I recommend everybody looking at, it's a very good TV show, especially this season. I think they got a few episodes out now, and then the rest of them come out around Christmas time or something. But without a shadow of a doubt, Will was molested, especially when you start out how this thing starts out. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then Will, I'm gonna go ahead and say some stuff because everybody should have watched this by now. Are all jinns evil? No, they're not. All jinns are not evil. Some jinn are good. And they'll help you too. It's hard to find those kind though. It's hard to find those kind. So the mind flayer is the entity that came into Will's mind and mentally molested him and opened him up to Vecna so Vecna can use him. You need to understand this stuff. It's called, somebody said, what is this show? It's called Stranger Things. If you ain't, how in the world y'all ain't seen this show? This is a must-see. You know what I'm saying? This is a must-see. Go back and watch season 1. So I want you guys to understand that. That's what this thing is about right here. Right? And then in the show, his friend tells him, you are Vecna. And he's like, you say I'm evil? He said, yeah. Then he changes up. He says, no. He becomes the same thing that he was afraid of the whole time. And then you got this here. L or 11 represents the return of the Great Mother energy. 11 or L, Elohim, 11, gateway. L is the gateway. Every time she opens something up, it looks like a vagina. Am I lying? Every time she opened up a portal on the show, it looked like a vagina in the wall. 11 represents the return of the Great Mother energy, which they block using frequency. Frequencies. And y'all saw what happened in season 5. Through negative frequencies, in the mind, some will be blocked from the energy of the Great Mother to transform. Some people are still attracted to that. See, I'm saying all this stuff because you can't say you wasn't told. When it's all said and done, your life get played to you. You know what I'm saying? And you try to see how good you did on earth. We're not talking about sitting in front of God's throne. We're talking about your higher self revealing to you how you did on earth. You know what I'm saying? How you did on earth. And then you messed up on some stuff, but they're going to say, hey, man, remember that show Brother Yosef told y'all? You chose not to believe him. You chose not to get your mind right. You chose not to get your mind right. And those who don't want to get their mind right will be stuck on a certain frequency. Stuck, like Elle was when she was in that frequency. But they were blocking her. They were blocking her. And there was even a wall. I don't want to give too much of the show because some people ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? But y'all saw the show. So this is the quantum leap that we're getting ready to make, family. The great mother energy is already here, transforming people. When we get to this fourth, when we really hit the frequency, we're not fully at the frequency of the fourth dimension yet. When we really hit this frequency, I don't know what day it's going to be. I don't know what time it's going to be, but it's going to happen. And when that frequency hit the way it's supposed to hit, people are going to be activated. And I'm telling you, it's very soon. People are going to be activated. They're going to be activated. Those who won't be activated are people who are blocked. I was at the store the other day, and this 30-year-old young girl, 30 years old, don't even know what cryptocurrency is. Blew my mind. I'm like, you never heard of Bitcoin? She's like, no. But you know, she hopped out of a BMW truck. You know what I'm saying? Standing in line. Don't even know what cryptocurrency is. Don't even make sense. People are stuck in a whole other world. They don't have no clue what world they living in. These are the people that think they got it going on, but they're going to be left behind. This is the proof that you could be living in a world with somebody. They could be your next door neighbor. Y'all live in two different worlds. How is that possible? It's your mind. It's your mind. So be ready to make that quantum leap, family. And everybody needs to go see this TV show. But Elle, that's what she represents, the return of the great mother. They're trying her best to block her out. You know what I'm saying? They're trying their best to block her out. To go even deeper, shout out to Brother B-Dell. He talked about how the Vecna is also, we looked at as demiurge, right? The demiurge. But who created Vecna? You're looking at her, the great mother. Who created demiurge? The great mother. Think about it. So L is the key. Man, it's a good show. I wish I could talk deeper about it. I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. So please go watch that show. All right. So that's the quantum leap forward, family. We're gonna take some questions and answers. Brother Yosef, is using eclipse glasses give the same effect as sun gazing? So that I could sun gaze during the day. No, do not ever sun gaze during the day. You're not meant to absorb that type of sunlight. If your skin absorb it, let your skin absorb it. But as far as staring at it, you're not meant to look at the sun when it's high in the sky like that. You should only be sun gazing when the sun is rising or setting. That's it. Some people don't know that. But that's what you should be doing if you're practicing evolution. Black Nero, thank you for the donation. Overthinker's perspective, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Such a great show. There is one season Elle Power was stunted. They had to put her in a simulation that traumatized her to bring her powers back. Yeah, I remember that. What if you're wearing a medallion while sun gazing? Will that protect your mind? No, because you're not meant to. You're not meant to. If you have a medallion, like this medallion here is designed to absorb sunlight, and it puts it into your aura naturally. Okay, that's what it does, right? But, and this is a protection medallion for those who don't know. I don't sell these anymore right here. This is the Black Tower medallion. But this is the new Gayatri. I mean, it has the Gayatri in it, but this is the Divine Radiance 2.0. It's designed to absorb sunlight. So it's like a beacon of light when you wear it. That's what it does. It doesn't help you look at the sun. So looking at the sun is dealing with your eyes. Your eyes are not meant to look at the sun all day. And I understand what it is. Some people feel like, well, hey, all I got is my lunch break. I'm sorry to tell you that. And that's when I tell people to use a candle. I was told to close your eyes and stare through third eye. Is that still dangerous? If you can see through your third eye, that's fine. That's fine. Cheetah's Vicky said, "Hey, brother Yosef, I'm sorry for being late. The Silver Frequency song was fire. Appreciate it, family. Appreciate it. More to come. More to come. I just wrote my first love song about the fifth dimension. If you want to make love in the fifth dimension, just wrote the song. Right? That's coming soon. I'm enjoying writing songs more. It's making me more creative, making me write more. So thank you for that, family. I appreciate it. When we come across gods and deities in the astral, is it that easier for us to evolve by helping them, by them helping? No, you evolve through different stages. I'm actually telling y'all what y'all need to evolve, but people don't be listening to. One aspect of evolution is to get your mind together. There is, like, prime example, there are martial arts and spiritual systems out here. Let's say something like Palme, Mopai. Let's say Mopai, right? Y'all know about that book, Enter Mopai, right? There's aspects of Mopai that are taught that you have to collapse your ego. You have to actually get out of thinking as a human in order to pull down some of these higher energies on these higher levels. No matter what spiritual system you get into, it has everything to do with your mind. You either got people that don't want to work on their mind, or you got people that already think they surpassed it and they are God already. You know, people who say, I'm not bowing down to no God. I don't worship nobody. I've already proven to y'all the most darkest left-hand path system, the Agori. Can somebody name something that's darker than that? I mean, if you can, let me know. If you don't worship no God, and you a God so high that you don't even need to worship a God, or you don't need to submit to any God, tell me what system you practice. You know what I'm saying? Because the people who got real power in this world on the right-hand path or the left-hand path, or let's just say magic, they all submit to deities. I can prove it. I'm tired of saying this, but I got to tell people, because some people don't know. The Agori are powerful. They can kill you with a stare. They can just look at you and kill you. You know what I'm saying? They're that powerful. People avoid them. They eat their bodies. They do a lot of stuff. And they worship Shiva and they worship Kali Ma. Right, worship them. So I had to keep bringing that up. And then it's the same thing on the other side. So it's like at the highest level on these levels and systems, these gods work with you, but you show them reverence. You see what I'm saying? You show them reverence. Let's see here. Can beings be forced into a lower dimension by rogue AI witchcraft? What do you mean, can beings be forced? Like, what beings are you talking about? Humans? Yes, your mind can be put into a lower dimension by rogue AI agents. Yes, they're real. There are people that work with AI to do negative stuff. But you can use it to do positive things. If you know what you're doing. If you know how magic works from a technological perspective, like, yeah, you can, from a cyber perspective, you can do it. You can, flip that and do positive things to people. And by the way, if y'all don't have that spiritual bath audio, you might want to grab it. I don't ever have to say it. When you listen to it, you'll feel it. Hello, can you give us some tips on protecting myself against a jinn? I think my girlfriend's house has a jinn in it and revealed itself to me in fractals of my vision. So if you're dealing with a jinn or you have a jinn on you, you're only going to need to find a shaman. Go find a shaman or a priest that can get that off of you. There's nothing I can tell you because you're not powerful enough. If you were, you would never ask me that question. You're not powerful enough to fight on that level. So you're going to need to find somebody who can fight for you. That's what I recommend to protect yourself. It's not about just blocking it. It's about getting rid of it. So you're going to need to find something that can do that. How do ghosts view the helm of all? Does it hurt them? It doesn't hurt them, but it blocks them. They view it almost like somebody put up a fence. You know, they see energy. They don't really see it physical. They see the energy. So it's almost like somebody put up a fence. Just like if you're wearing a vajra, that's literally a weapon that automatically people subconsciously, spirits subconsciously know about. It's a weapon. You carrying it's like walking around with a gun in your hand. In the physical world, people gonna watch you and say, hey, this guy got a gun. If you have a vajra, or you wear a vajra, you have it on you, spirit, if you got it in your pocket, a spirit can see it. That's a spiritual weapon. And there's other spiritual weapons, you know. But vajra, you know, that they view it from an energetic perspective. What is sleep paralysis? When I was younger, this dark demonic entity was hovering over me. And it was the most fearful I've ever been in my life. I mentally prayed for Jesus and it left. Okay, so sleep paralysis can be a couple things. It could be you not being fully back in your body, and you're waking up before you actually your spirit your conscience comes back in your body. Or sometimes, yes, a entity, which it could be a person, it could be a succubus, or it can be, it's very rare that it's a demon, but it could be a ghost. It could be a few things that hold you down so you can't move. Right? This is why every month, especially on a full moon, y'all need to be doing house cleansings. Cleanse your house spiritually. Don't just hit the sage. Sage is cool, but you got to go a little bit farther than that. You know, use some Pardiaco actually work a little bit better than sage because it brings in positive energy. But don't get me wrong, sage is powerful. Don't get it twisted. But there's other things like I told you guys about white copal. White copal is very powerful. It's going to do a lot more than sage will. You need to do those things sometimes before you go to sleep. So sleep paralysis can be a couple things, not just one thing. It's going to be a couple things, family. Can a right-hand path work with Shiva? Yeah, absolutely. I got Shiva stuff all in my house hanging up. Like I say, when you're on the path of evolution, it's not really about good and evil. So when I talk about the left-hand path, once again, I don't think I'm talking about bad. I'm talking about people who just choose a different path. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go by your nature. Who you are in your nature is what makes it who you are, what path you should be on. Brother Yo said, what was the name of the symbol on your slide? You're probably talking about this symbol here, which is the helm of all. The helm, Helm of all, AWE. The helm of all. Very powerful protective symbol. We are Anunnaki. Some of us are. My magic did not work. My connection was weak when I was in a deep state of deep depression. It took me 2 years, and now my power is back. Getting your mental right is crucial. Thank you for saying that, Empress YLI. Thank you for saying that, sister. That's a very crucial part. I know many people that practice magic that don't got their mental right, and all it takes is one thing to trigger them. They'll spaz out, and then they got to restart all over again. Shiva's mostly right-hand path. Shiva is a god that you can work with. What does holding your breath while scanning Dr. G tablets do? What's the mech behind it? You got to ask Dr. G that. Just like, I don't talk about his stuff like that in the public. I don't think he wanted to talk about like that. Okay, well, I'll answer that one question. I'll say this. Holding your breath opens you up, allows your subconscious mind to work better. It allows you to do magic better. Just like the people that worship Jesus, they're going to be stuck too. Living in the South makes you want to try and show people a different way. Okay. What's some visualizing books to help imagination? I mean, any book can help you. Any book that you like with visualization. You know, you can get a book on mandalas. Get you a book on mandalas to help you with imagination. If you got a problem with you using your imagination, you might be blocked. Imagination should be easy. How can I find a legitimate shaman? I can't tell you that, fam. That's a path you have to go on. I'm looking around for a legitimate one so I could send people to. There's a few people I heard of, like prime example, Shaman Derek. is a good shaman, but he's not easy to reach. He's very busy. He deals with people all over the world. He's not that. He's a one-man army, so he's not easy to reach. Shaman Derek is a very powerful shaman. Shout out to him. Do you recommend Shaman Derek to remove entities? Yeah, Shaman Derek is good if you can get in touch with him. Which elements can help with improving your mental strength? Which elementals can help? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I want to use elementals to increase my mental strength. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't depend on nothing or nobody to increase your mental. You just got to get it in the mental gym and just do the work. So, like when I did Sanaya Roman, I had to do mental exercises. I've been telling people to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you control your mind better. And then if you can't control your mind, you might have some trauma that you might have to. The main thing that blocks me, like person said, they how do they imagine? You may have some trauma that's blocking your imagination. You might need to go sit down with somebody. Sometimes you don't know until you sit down with somebody. Can you start a playlist for all the music on your channel? If you want to listen to all my music, you can go to Spotify. I believe it's free. You can go to Spotify and you can listen to all my music on Spotify. Enter the fifth dimension. Yes. So having a gin in your house dangerous. It depends on what gin you're talking about. I got pictures of gins in my house. Depends on what type of gin you're talking about. Some gins are good, some are bad. What's the meaning of an ancestor soul walking along with your personal soul as well as in the same body? I don't understand that question. What is the meaning of an ancestor soul? So just a person, an ancestor, walking along with your personal soul as well as the same. I don't understand that question. Occult vibes. What spiritual bath audio are you talking about? If you go to my website, newlifetools.org, link is below the video. You'll see something called a spiritual bath audio. It's a frequency that's playing. And that frequency has also had a sound of water in the background. And it will play with play into your subconscious mind. And you will feel like you took a spiritual bath. And you would have took a spiritual bath, especially if you play it out loud. If you're having a really rough day, I do recommend putting some headphones on and letting it just sink into your energy. You know, it's very powerful audio. Brother Yosef, can you explain what sleepwalking is? I used to walk in. Sleepwalking is when your body is moving, but it's playing out what's happening in the astral plane. Palo Santo, not Pardiaco. Yes, Palo Santo. You can burn some Palo Santo. Pardiaco is good too, but that's more for the tea. Thank you, family. Thank you. I answer a few more here. Can you speak on the spirits that come through porn? The spirits that mostly work through porn can be demons, depending on what type of porn it is. It's usually the more extreme porn, child pornography, people who mess with animals, stuff like that. That's more like the demonic stuff. When it comes to regular porn, it could just be, it's usually 90% of the time, regular porn is usually a succubus that you can attract. Succubus and incubus. You're not going to really pick up nothing while you're watching porn, but if you get addicted to it, it's usually a succubus that's making you do that. I think every grown person that watched porn at least once, you know what I'm saying? Once or twice, you know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing gonna jump on you when you watch it. I'm saying that if you find yourself being addicted to it and you can't even function, you might have a problem. You might have a succubus attached to you or incubus. Brother Joseph, I became lucid and I tried to think of you appearing to me, but it didn't happen. Why? Does it take a certain amount of energy? Don't think of me appearing to you. Ask me to come visit you. I'll come. Ask me to come visit you in your lucid state, and my subconscious mind will pick that up. I will come to you. Don't think about it. Just ask me to come appear to you. For those who know, they know. for those who wake up in their dreams. I got attacked about 7 years ago from a succubus. I think it has been Lilith or, let me see. Okay. What are your thoughts on moon manipulation? Is there more going on with the moon than we're told? I don't know what you mean by moon manipulation. The moon has positive frequencies that can work for you. It has manifestation frequencies that can work for you. The moon is artificial. It was put here a long time ago, but it can work from a spiritual sense for you. But I'm not sure what you mean by moon manipulation. Let me see here. One more good one. Hey, brother Joseph, I started a life insurance wealth planning business. Is this a good business to be in moving forward? Yes, life insurance is always a good business. You know what I'm saying? Wealth planning business is good as long as you understand what type of wealth people need to be getting now, which is definitely going to be a more of a digital asset thing. Those are going to be the new assets, RWAs, real world assets. Do extraterrestrials have agency over the moon, keeping people manipulated by their emotions? Extraterrestrials do have agency over the moon. Extraterrestrials put the moon there, but it doesn't mean that they're doing bad stuff with it. Yes, it's people living on the moon that are good and bad. There's a treaty on the moon. There's no fighting up there. There's a treaty. So you have good and bad entities inside the moon. It's a base. But the energy, the people that created it and who put it here, the energy it gives off is advanced, and they control that. And they put that here to help us. There wasn't always male and female on the planet. At one time, there was only females. And when male and female started to be born, there needed to be something besides the sun that was going to help balance the energy on Earth. And that's why the moon was put here. So thank you guys for watching. I'm about to get ready to go. About an hour and 30 minutes in. Don't be mad at me if I didn't get to your thing. Let me see here. Stun Theopis Tarot. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So yes, family, we're getting ready to make this quantum leap in 2026. Technology is going to boom in 2026. Get ready. Keep your eyes open. A lot is coming. A lot of good things are coming if you know what to do with it. It's going to be a lot of good times happening. And there will be some rough times, but good times too. We like to focus on the good stuff, right? So thank you guys once again for being on here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and love. Peace and love, family. Peace.